Well, I said it wouldn't be 2 years. This video is a short one. It's not a real video, it's one I made for film class. I had thought about making a longer video, but I never did because all of my ideas felt based off this one. And I just wanted to get it out, which explains the lack of real editing for this intro. So here it is, my video final for my film class on Lost in Translation. Film critic Emmanuel Levy once said, "Ideally, an indie is a fresh, low-budget movie with a gritty style and offbeat subject matter that expresses the filmmaker's personal vision." Yannis Ilmakis, author of American Independent Cinema, in Introduction, listed 10 movies that best fell under Levy's definition. One of them was Sofia Coppola's 2003 hit, Lost in Translation. Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson as Bob and Charlotte. Bob is an Asian actor who's in Japan to film a whiskey commercial, while Charlotte is there accompanying her husband on a work trip. The two meet and, well, I don't want to spoil anything. Watch it for yourself if you haven't, there's no spoilers in here. In 2004, historian Peter Biskind described the Indiewood movement perfectly when he said, "One of the legacies of the 90s is these films that have been dubbed Indiewood films, that exists in this middle ground between the big Hollywood movies and the traditional independent film." He goes on to say, "You've now got this group of films like Lost in Translation, which have roughly $20 to $30 million budgets, which in the old days were unthinkable, and they have big Hollywood stars. But the scripts are script-driven, character-driven, as opposed to action-driven and frequently with unhappy endings." While the budget for Lost in Translation was only $4 million, the movie fits into the other categories. It stars Bill Murray, who was a big star due to films like Ghostbusters and Groundhog Day. He was even the voice of Garfield around a year later after this film. It doesn't get bigger than that. The script was also character-driven, focusing on the two main characters, Bob and Charlotte. While it doesn't have a sad ending per se, the ending isn't the happiest and can leave certain audience members in tears. While the movie is watchable on its own without outside context, there is an event that is mentioned every time whenever this movie gets discussed. 2 months after Lost in Translation opened in the US, Sofia Coppola and her husband of 4 years, Spike Jonze, announced that they were getting a divorce. What started out as a movie about a girl feeling disillusioned in her marriage suddenly was looked into with a more autobiographical lens. According to a Ringer article written by Adam Naiman, Coppola has been cagey about the extent to which Lost in Translation is not just autobiographical, but nakedly personal. It's obvious from the jump that Charlotte's photographer husband John is a doppelganger for Coppola's then-partner Spike Jonze, and also that Anna Faris's waylaid starlet Kelly is a stand-in for Jones's Being John Malkovich star Cameron Diaz. Learning about the divorce, as well as the fact that Coppola wanted final cut privileges because it was very important for her to have freedom to do the film the way she wanted to, adds to the personal vision that Emmanuel Levy talks about in his definition of an indie film. It makes sense why Coppola wanted freedom. She's been to Japan many times, especially in her early 20s when she didn't know what she wanted to do with her life, much like Charlotte. The famous karaoke scene, which I absolutely love, is based on an experience she had seeing her friends sing karaoke. Her friend from the story was actually Fumihiro Hayashi, who plays Charlie Brown in the movie. This is what it means to be an indie film. It's taking your life experiences and translating them into a film that people can laugh, love, and cry with. Before we continue, I'd like to play a little bit of the karaoke scene for you, so you can really see some of the relationship between Bob and Charlotte.
More than this, you know there's nothing more than this. Tell me one thing more than this.
Sofia Coppola is the only person that could have made Lost in Translation. It's undoubtedly her vision. It's her film. It's funny to think that her first feature-length film was an adaptation of someone else's ideas, while her sophomore film is probably the most personal film she directed. She stated in an interview, "That's why I make films, because I get obsessed with some idea and it won't stop until I actually listen to it and make something out of it." Take all these experiences, ideas, and add the fact that she was in a relationship that was about to implode, whether she knew it or not, and her feelings came out onto a script, onto a set, and onto a film that many consider to be one of the greatest indie films of all time.
At the time, there was no way of knowing. Fallen leaves in the night, Who can say where they're blowing, as free as the wind, hopefully learning why the sea on the tide has no way of turning. More than this,